So there's this thing that I experienced when my child was first born, when my son was first born. When you're very first holding this little baby in your arms, and you're looking at it. Here's this brand new baby just came out of you, and it's a stranger to you. It truly is a stranger, even though you've been carrying it in your body all this time. It is a stranger, and you're sitting here looking at this thing, and something clicks, something that's just natural. It's mother nature, I guess you could call it. And the closest thing I could call it would be fierce love. It's not just love, it's not just adoration. There's a fierceness to it. And of course, you hear people talk about mama bear. And yeah, it is a fierce love that doesn't question, doesn't need to figure out, doesn't do anything. It is just a core aspect of you, and it's not just the mother. Okay, this happens with the father too. There is this intimate connection that clicks. So the reason I bring this up, this fierce love, is because when I was in seventh grade, I was very much questioning. I was at a boarding school, religious boarding school, and I was talking with the nurse. And, we were talking about heaven and hell and God. And I was just inquisitive kid. And I was just like, well, if God made us, what made God? And she just had the best answers to every question I had. She had the best answer. She had the most wonderful answers, that was the first time I got to experience timelessness, because her answer to that question was, well, you're thinking of born and live a life and die. She's like, but God doesn't play in that realm. God plays in a realm where there is no time. Everything just is. Everything has always been. And oh wow, that was just brilliant for me, because my little seventh grade brain just went, just that was my first taste that I can remember of what it feels like to have your brain expand, have an epiphany. And boy, oh boy, was I addicted. Instant addiction to that. But the next question I asked her was about heaven and hell, because that never sat right with me. Never, never, never. Heaven, fine. Yeah, that's fine. But hell, that never, that just is like, that can't be true. So I just wanted to know, I wasn't asking whether it was true. I just wanted to know her opinion. And once again, her opinion was this. She goes, think of a loving parent, a parent who loves you very, very much. She goes, do you think that loving parent would ever create an eternal, horrible damnation for you if you were naughty, if you were wicked and bad? No, of course not. And that's when, once again, I was just, I could feel in that moment just this enormous world opening up to me, this enormous world of possibility. And, what do you want to create? Because I love you and I'm here for you. And never, ever, ever am I ever going to ask you to jump through hoops for my love. And so in that moment, I really just took off into this space of shit, I can do anything. Literally, I could be, I could have, I could do anything. That's when magic truly opened up to me. And so I always remember that whenever any kind of law of assumption, law of attraction, any kind of rules arise. This is why I call all that stuff either a playground or a sandbox, because it's not trying to figure out how to say this. It's like this. There's no part of your world that doesn't delight in skipping around you with fun and gifts and vibrance and happiness and joy. And my example of this is here in this picture. I love photography. I don't need to be a professional photographer. I get people all the time saying, oh, you should be a professional photographer, blah, blah, blah. I don't need that because I'm already a photographer because I love it. And it is the easiest thing in the world for me. When I am out walking, I unconsciously, I don't realize I do this. Somebody pointed it out to me. I unconsciously am always looking for the wow in Mother Nature around me. I guess you could call me a nature photographer, but it's not just nature. I look at this in all things around me. I'm always seeing the beauty. It's another reason why I love architecture. I love when there's just things that stop you and make you go, wow. And so this picture, I was out with a friend and of course, there was just so much to be wowed about, and this is just fog rolling in onto the lake from, where the road is. And it's just, I mean, holy shit, that was just amazing. And, I was out with another friend the other day and she's trying to talk about whatever it is. And I was like, oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, look at that. And she, at one point, she goes, do you realize that you do that? And I'm like, what do I do? And she's like, she goes, you always are seeing beautiful things and pointing them out. Even when I'm trying to talk about something serious, she goes, you always interrupt me with, oh my God, look at the blossoms on that tree or whatever. And I had to laugh because yes, that's that natural part of me where I'm not trying to be that way. That's just the gift that the world gives to me. You hear people talk about how, well, like fairies skipping around you and giving you these gifts and just delighting in your presence. And I'm like, that's life. Life delights in playing with you, in your invitation to life to come and play. When you're just like, ooh, this would be fun. You're in your desires or you're in your dreams. Oh, this would be fun. Oh, I'd love to do that. Life, there is no part of life that says, well, you haven't been vibrating properly. So no, I can't give that to you. There's no fucking part of life that's doing that. There's no part of life that's going, well, you've been in a bad mood lately. You haven't been in joy and happiness. So I can't be giving you joy and happiness. You got to earn that by following your joy. You got to earn that by being this way and doing these practices. And oh my God, would you do that to someone you love? To someone you cherish and love? Would you sit there and put all these rules down that, you got to earn my love? Sorry. You want to be around me, that's fine, but you got to earn my love. You got to vibrate properly. You got to be in the, there's no part of your world, not one part of your world that is saying that to you. Not one part. There's no part of your world that is demanding that you be in a certain state. And now you got to hold to that state. You got to, if you want to usher that delightful state of being, state of mind in, you got to remain faithful. You got to do that. You've got, this action of jumping through hoops in order to have something good. No. Fuck no. I don't have any friends that I require that of. If I have a friend that's in, vibrating low or in the lower emotions or whatever, in my mind, I immediately see them happy. I give them the gift of seeing them happy and joyful and telling me something that makes me go, "Oh my God, that's so cool. Congratulations." They don't have to earn that from me. Nobody has in my life has to earn that from me. And so this morning I was listening to Maya Angelou. Oh, I just love her. And one of the things she was talking about is, you know, in fact, I don't even remember what it was exactly that she said, but it really just sparked this in me. This nobody, no fucking buddy in your life is asking you to jump through hoops and play with hacks in order to have a joyful, happy, blissful, heavenly life. Nobody. And so I know what she was saying. She was talking about how it's vital that you say no to, somebody coming into your life and trying to, she was just talking about how you got to hold to your convictions, right? How you don't have to have this white knuckled grip on your convictions. It's about the love of the self. You have to love yourself first, and you have to love yourself so fiercely that that at any time anybody comes into your reality with anything less than that, that you say no, not in a mean way to them. You're not saying no, to their face and get away from me or anything like that. But it is this internal, nope, I'm not available for that. Nope. It is a simplicity. There's this simpleness in who you truly are. And who that person is bleeds out when you're doing the things you love, like me with my photography. I don't go looking for this stuff. I don't go looking for this stuff at all. In fact, some of the best pictures I took that day, or even the weekend before, were because I just felt this inspiration to get in my car and go take a look and see how high the water was at this lake, which was outrageously high. And oh boy, guys, I have a video on that story. But, and the week before, a girlfriend and me, just last moment, she was like, "Do you want to go look at the super blooms?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that." And I ended up taking the most gorgeous pictures. And same thing happened here. Not because I was looking for pictures to take, not because I sent an intention when I got in my car, while it's perfectly okay to do all that. Nobody is asking you to. Nobody is asking you to play any game that makes you feel lack or makes you feel less than. Ooh, that was an emotional statement. Ooh, I just might start crying because of that. Holy shit. Wow, I guess I needed to hear that this morning. Isn't that wonderful? We're in the middle of another little snowstorm. It's May 4th. It's not a gnarly storm. It's just a nice little, it's fun. I love it. It was something I wished for, and poof, I got it. And I was supposed to go to the gym this morning, and I woke up and I was like, nope, just there is no desire to go out and get in my car and drive in this kind of weather. Nope, not at all. Slippy, slidey, dangerous. No. And so, I stayed in bed, and when I got up, I got my yummy coffee. And then I had this beautiful inspiration to do this video and just talk. I mean, there's no specific subject matter here. This is just me doing what I love, which is talking about the magic of life, the magic that is right there, right there, right there. This magic that rushes to you no matter who you are, no matter who you're being. Okay. But, there's always got to be a little but here. Who do you like being? See, nobody has to be with you 24 hours but you. You are the one that lives in this mind, in this body, and everything about you 24/7. So how do you want to think? What kind of environment do you want to create for you, your most precious child, to live in? Is it an environment of rules and hacks and hoops? And you've got to discover, it's like a great scavenger hunt here. You're born without knowing all the secrets, and now you've got to seek out the secrets, and you got to seek out the special teachers, and you got to work. It's even when these teachers are saying you don't have to work, they're still telling you, but you got to work at what I tell you to do. You got to remain faithful. You got to hold to that. Oh, and there's times where I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that. Until I realize, oh, look at that, another little hack, crept its way in. And that's when I just take off and I go do my photography, because my photography is simple and it's easy and it rushes to me. There's nothing I have to do. There is literally nothing I have to do. And I love it. I adore my photography. I adore looking at the pictures and remembering what I saw when I saw this, and the awe and the wow. And I love capturing that and bringing it to my friends and the people around me. And just the simple joy, the absolute simple joy of what happens when I'm doing what I love. And the minute I try and slow it down, and the minute I try and make a job out of it, there's a contradiction in terms there, because job is work. And when I'm doing photography, what I love, it is, my photography is one of those things that I have fierce love for, and I'm fiercely protective of it. So when somebody's going, oh, you should make this your job, or oh, you should do this, you should do that, there's actually a part of me that almost lashes out going, don't you dare splat that onto what I love here. There is this fierce love that is very gentle and it's quiet, and there's no need for me to do anything other than just be myself. I do not have to manipulate any aspect of myself. I don't have to squash any aspect of myself. I don't need to raise up any aspect of myself. I don't need to do anything to be the fantastic photographer that I am. There's nothing I have to do. I didn't have to take a class. I didn't have to learn, even though those wonderful things will come my way. The most amazing aspects of life, the most magical aspects of life, rush to you. You do not need to go seek it out. You do not need to work and try and force it to happen. You don't need to do any of those things. You just need to be yourself. You're already perfect as you are. The very minute my son was born, that fierce love clicked into place. The very minute you were born, life's fierce love for you clicked into place. And life has never, ever, and never will demand of you to play any games that aren't the natural aspect of you, who you are. And life fiercely loves you. Whether you are vibrating high or vibrating low, or playing with this state or that state, life has never withheld its magic from you, and it never will. You do not need to do or be anything other than the amazing person you naturally are right here, right now. This person who's listening to this right here, I could sit here and say you are perfect as you are, but the only one who can love you more fierce than anybody else is you. Look in the mirror, or however you want to do it. Love yourself far, far, far more fiercely than anything else you are coveting and searching for and trying to click into place. Because don't you know that you would give you anything, right? Is there anything you would withhold from you? Is there anything you would ask of you to do in order to have all the things you want? All the things, would you hold anything back from those you love? If you had the capability of giving your loved ones whatever they wanted, you would do it. Wouldn't you do it? I know I would. If I had unlimited funds, there is nothing I wouldn't give my son, my grandson. There's nothing I wouldn't do for the people I love. In fact, there's nothing I wouldn't do for people I don't even know. I mean, just the other day, there was a homeless man outside of the store. And my immediate thought was, what food can I get this guy? And that's all he wanted. He goes, could I just get some food? And I said, I got you, dude. I got you. And I immediately went inside and I got him a whole bunch of fried chicken and some cookies and, water and cheese and just a whole bag full of food. Went out there and took it to him. I didn't concern myself with, is he deserving of this? What has he done to deserve this? Fuck no. I just gave it to him because I could. And it was wonderful. And so in this moment, really soak in that if you were, and you are, if you were all powerful, if you had that magic wand and you could give those around you this world, whatever it wanted, wouldn't you do that? Of course you would. And since this world reflects you, and since this world is a representation of you, it is the reflection of you. That's all you have to know. That's all you have to know. Know that you would give you anything, and life is right there for you. Not asking you to jump through any hoops or hacks, not asking you to be in the perfect mood, not asking anything of you, not one damn thing of you. It is looking at you with that fierce love simply because you exist. The exact same way a new parent looks at its brand new baby. That brand new baby doesn't have to do anything for that fierce love. That fierce love just clicks into place. There is nothing. And, here's my child now at 33 years old. And that fierce love is just as fierce, just as fierce. There is nothing I wouldn't do for my child. This world feels the exact, and when I say world, I don't just mean this planet. I mean everything that is your world, every thought, every feeling, every atom, everything. You do not have to watch your thoughts or your feelings. You don't have to do anything to earn the love of this world. Not a goddamn thing. So stop. When Maya Angelou said, say nope, this is what I want you to say nope to. Anything that comes to you that says you have to behave a certain way in order to earn your dreams, in order to earn your ideal life. Just nope, I'm not available for that. I wouldn't ask that of anybody around me. I'm not going to ask that of me. I love me too much to ask that of me. And now, go skipping. I go skipping in the snow. I'm going to fall on my butt. All right, guys. Love you. This was some fierce love. Take care.